How's it going, guys? Today, gonna be making another video. Um, got my headphones and all that. You guys see again. Um, you obviously hear me better. Um, making another video, and we're gonna be talking about Scream 6. Actually, we're gonna talk about like theories and all that. Um, so you guys want to stay tuned for that? I'm gonna be talking about theories in this video. If you guys didn't see my last video, I posted the ranking of all the Ghostface killers on the franchise last video. And I made a Halloween Ends video too. So if you guys want to go watch those, go back and watch them. But today we're gonna be talking about Scream theories. So the first theory that I think is very interesting. Um, we're not talking about necessarily like just Scream 6. We're talking about Scream in general. Just theories in general. Um, so the first theory is that Dewey Reilly is actually the third killer, and he was the mastermind in the first Scream movie. And I actually believe that in some way because if you guys remember, uh, in Scream 1996, how he knew everything about Sydney, how he had her phone number, he had everything. Like, I don't know if he really had her phone number. I think he did though. I know in the third one he did in the second one, but he kind of knew like everything about her, and a lot of people thought it was kind of strange, like how kind of he showed up at the door, like as Ghostface disappeared, like, and he had the mask in his hand. You know, that scene when she's at her house or whatever, and then she gets a call from Ghostface or whatever, and then she gets chased and all that. Then she goes downstairs and she thinks it's Billy, right? But then she goes downstairs and Dewey Reilly is standing there with the Ghostface mask. So people are speculating and say, well, does that mean that he was the killer, like the third killer in the movie, like the mastermind? And honestly, guys, I really do. I think he was. And another reason why I think so too is because the timing when Sydney was at Tatum's house in that scene, um, when Ghostface calls her there too, while she's at Tatum's house, she, like, right after she hung up, like, no joke, right after she hangs up, all of a sudden, Dewey comes out, like, right after. So people are theorizing that Dewey Reilly was actually the one behind, like, talking to her basically, and it wasn't Stu, it wasn't Billy. But people also think it possibly could be, Roman Bridger, which we'll get to that too here in a minute. But people think it's Dewey Riley for the most part. And I had to kind of agree with that. Because if you really think about it, that amount of time, the fact that right when she hung up, or right when he got off the phone, he just came out, like the timing and all that, it just seems too obvious, at that point. Um, but if you guys really think about it, right? Um, what I'm really saying right now is that I don't know if it was Billy. I don't know if it was Stu that was chasing Sydney, but honestly, I gotta say I don't know, man. I thought it was Dewey. It's a possibility that it was Dewey that actually was chasing her because there's just no way that he had the mask. He had the whole costume somehow, like in his hands. So that right there gives me credibility and tells me that okay, well, he's the mastermind in some way, that he was actually the third killer throughout that movie, and they just never really like showed it. And obviously with his death in Scream 2022, obviously, I mean, possibility that could have been a fake out, but I don't really know. And that he could be actually the mastermind behind it all, you know? So, with that being said, I think it's a possibility for sure. Um, and the fact that he knew that he didn't save his sister, you know, Tatum or nothing, that just raises suspicion right there, too. I mean, like, why wasn't he there to save his sister, you know? And, like, why wasn't he? It was kind of fishy, you know? Weird. So that's why people think that he was truly the third killer in Scream 1996. And I have to agree with that because it kind of makes sense. Okay. So now we're going to move on to the next one that I think is very interesting as well. And is the fact that Roman Bridger is in Scream 1996. So, if you guys don't know, Roman Bridger was the one that told Billy and Stu to kill Sydney's mother. If you guys remember in Scream 3, he explains everything. So this is why people are speculating and they think that he was in Scream 1996 like as well. Because I don't know if you guys remember that scene where Tatum and Sydney were talking and all you see and then you see Ghostface like lurking in the woods like stalking them or whatever. People are wondering who could that have been because right after that scene it cut right to the video store scene with Billy and Stu. Billy and Stu were in the video store during that time. So people are speculating and wondering, well, how in the hell, who the hell could have been? And that's what I'm asking myself. Who could have been? Because if Billy and Stu were in the store, like during that time, you know, how in the hell were they in the woods stalking Sydney like that, like in that amount of time? Especially if it cut right to the scene where they're in the store and they were already in the video store. I mean, so right there is a little weird. It's mysterious. And same with the store scene where Sydney and Tatum go shopping. And you see Ghostface in like the wind, you know, stalking them in the like kind of like a Michael Myers kind of thing. You see Ghostface like standing in the like you can see his reflection on the glass. So people are speculating and thinking, well, that was Roman Bridger because he's the one that set this all up and he was the one that, you know, told Billy and Stu to, you know, to kill Maureen Prescott. So so honestly guys, I think it's a possibility. You can't rule it out. And another theory is that because people don't know that people think that Stu's alive. Well, people think that actually Roman Bridger was the one that actually helped him like escape, like the house. So if that's the case, well, at this point, you know, that he like helped him escape and went to Hollywood together or something. I think that's really possible, and that he helped him escape. You know, because people don't mention that he was explaining every single thing as if he was in Woodsboro, as he was in, you know, Scream 1996. So he was explaining everything, like top to bottom, you know. So it wouldn't surprise me if the theory is, you know, was true, because I don't know. I think it's a possibility because, like I said, who was that lurking in the woods? Who was that? And damn sure wasn't Billy. And damn sure wasn't Stu. People say, oh, well, it was probably Dewey. Maybe. But who knows? People think it was Roman, though. Roman Bridger from Scream 3. That he was actually in Scream 1, so... That's very interesting, guys, and it's kind of mysterious if you guys think about it. So moving on to the next theory now. So the next theory is that Tatum was actually um that Tatum Reilly was actually one of the killers. Like she was probably one of the killers, but got betrayed or something, or in some way or something. Like she was one of the killers, and Casey or whatever, and I think she kind of maybe like helped kill Casey or something. Um, and I'm kind of up in the air about that theory. I mean, I kind of believe that in some ways, but some ways I don't. So, with that being said, I think that, it kind of makes sense. And Stu killed her. I think, or no, Billy killed her. So, I think she was a killer, but maybe she snitched or something. Maybe she snitched and then she said something she wasn't supposed to say, and she got killed, and they turned on her and killed her. I don't know, man. There's some suspicious stuff going on here. Especially saying that, the killer could easily be female and this and that. She basically, it sounded like she was like a part of it too. Like at first, but then obviously she gets killed. So, and then she just never, because maybe she snitched or said something she wasn't supposed to. And maybe Stu told Billy to kill her because, I don't know. So, that's a possibility, guys, too. And the next theory that we have is this is a big one. Like, I don't know, everybody should know this one. Angelina, the second killer in Scream 3. Now, I have to be honest. I always thought that Angelina was the second killer in Scream 3. Because it was kind of mysterious how she was, like, standing there in every scene. And she was, like, just her face, her body language. Like, everything about her just seemed like she was the second killer. Like, that was the way they filmed it. Clearly, that's the way they filmed it. They filmed it as if she was the second killer. And that's what they, made it look like. Especially that scene where her and Sydney were in the bathroom or whatever, and Sydney opens the door and she's got all the souvenirs. Come on, man. She had all the like the mask, all that stuff. And it seems like as if she was kind of like luring like Sydney to the house, So I gotta ask this one question. That scene where she gets chased up the stairs again, like like in Scream 1996, when she goes in, her old house and all that. How in the hell did Ghostface get in the house that fast? All right, how did the killer get in the house that fast? He was outside, so how in the hell did he get in there that fast? Well, I'll tell you why. Because there was two killers. Angelina was the second killer, guys. I believe it. Maybe, yeah, she got killed. She got killed, yeah, but I don't think she really died. And I think it was actually a fake out, because she's the only one that's not on the victim list. She's not on the kill list on the Scream movie box set thing or whatever. She's not on the list as a person that got killed. So that's a little suspicious right there. So I think right there that tells me she's alive, and that maybe she didn't want to risk getting caught, or maybe Roman did kill her, and Roman killed her, just maybe he killed her because that's what the Scream franchise, we know that happens, that the killers usually they could turn on their partner, they could turn on their partner or whatever. But honestly, I think she's still alive, and I think it's still a possibility that she could come back. I don't know about Scream 6, I don't know about Scream 7, but I don't know when. Possibly, though. I think she'd be a good comeback, because I think she is alive. And that she was a second killer. Because the original story was is that she was supposed to be she was supposed to be the second killer, like she was supposed to be revealed as the second killer, but she wasn't because she faked her own death. She didn't want to get caught, so and I think the whole reason why she faked her death, and Roman probably helped her fake her death because Roman wanted him and Sydney he wanted him and Sydney to go, one on one by himself. He wanted to talk to her face to face by himself. You know what I mean? He didn't want her. He didn't want a partner to have. He didn't want to have a partner with him to, you know, face Sidney Prescott. So he wanted to do it himself because it was personal to him. You know what I mean? So that's what I think. So, with that being said, I think Angelina was the second killer. So, in my eyes, there was two killers in Scream 3. But they obviously only one got revealed, but there was basically two in my eyes. So Angelina, I think, is alive still. She didn't die, and yeah, that's the biggest theory, guys, that everybody should know. Like, I don't think she died, truly. So the next theory is that who Roman's father is, and let me tell you who I think his father is. Okay? I think his father, honestly, is John Milton. If you think about it, people think it's Hank Loomis, but no, I don't think it's Hank Loomis because Hank Loomis, I don't know, man. Then that means that he was related to Billy Loomis. That he was Billy Loomis's brother. You know, so that's kind of weird on itself because Sydney was dating Billy Loomis. So basically, Sydney was dating Roman's brother. If Hank Loomis is Roman's dad. See what I'm saying? It's kind of weird. So, honestly, I think it's John Milton. It was John Milton because John Milton was the one that he got Sydney's mom pregnant. So, if he got Sydney's mom pregnant, he got Maureen Prescott pregnant, well, and that child turned out to be Roman, well, then he's the father. So, realistically, he's the father, guys. Ideal in facts, you know? You make a girl pregnant, you're the father. Alright? The bottom line. And he made Maureen Prescott pregnant, he got her pregnant. So he's the father. He's the father in my eyes, no matter if it's confirmed or not. I think he's the father of Roman Bridger, and he killed his own father, basically. So that's just my thoughts. People might disagree, but that's fine. But I believe that John Milton was his father. Because if he made her pregnant, then he's the father. If he made Maureen Prescott pregnant and Roman was born, well, he's the father, right? So, that's what I think. I could be wrong, but that's what I think, and I think he is. So, anyways, guys, I think that's gonna do it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed this theory video. I just kind of wanted to make a quick video real quick and talk about some Scream theories that are interesting. And leave a comment down below. Give me what you guys really think. What theory do you think that's very, very interesting, and which theory do you believe is very interesting? And tell me which theory that Give me your guys' theories, down below. With that being said, guys, peace out.